So if you watched my last video, you know I made a promise to myself after I had to put Blade down. I wasn't getting another pet. I wasn't getting another dog. I wasn't getting another cat. I wasn't getting another anything. I wasn't tying myself to something else ever again because I could not survive that kind of heartbreak twice. And honestly, I believed every word of what I was saying. The funny thing is, life did not really ask me what I wanted because I didn't go looking for a cat. A cat came looking for me. Kind of. His name is Marquavious, but he wasn't really mine. He's my fiance's. My fiance moves so we could finally be together, and Marquavious came with her. And there was never really a discussion about whether he should. I understood what it meant to love an animal, and I wasn't going to ask someone to leave theirs behind. So I tried to prepare, not because I thought I was becoming a cat person, but just because I wanted to make him feel more at home. So I bought a litter box, I bought toys, I bought a water fountain, a slow feeder, and I even bought a Rubik's Cube bed that I thought was really cute and cool, and he didn't use it, and it's been a year, so apparently that was a purchase that I made for myself and not for him. And I can admit that I was very nervous because I still didn't really trust cats. I thought they were unpredictable, and I thought they liked people until they didn't. Then they scratch you. And that had been my experience, so I figured we'd just respectfully coexist. Except that's not what happened. The first night he got there, he had had a long trip. He actually peed in his carrier, so there wasn't really a choice. We had to give him a bath. And I honestly thought, well, this is where I'm going to end up getting my eyes clawed out. But he didn't. He was scared, but he wasn't mean. He was just afraid. And afterwards, he hid under the bed, which made a lot of sense. Everything he knew had changed, so I brought his food upstairs, and I left some treats out for him, and I just tried to give him space because I figured I would probably do the same thing if I were him. Or, that's what I would have wanted. But I was surprised very quickly because he came around. And my fiance kept saying, this isn't really like him at all. He usually needs more time to warm up to people. But somehow, me and this little black cat clicked. And at first, I watched him because I never really spent time getting to know a cat, not this close up. So I just was an observer. I started noticing things that he was curious about. I noticed how athletic he was, how adventurous he was, and he really wasn't cuddly, but he was fun. And I liked the idea of having a fun cat. And I never actually had known a cat well enough to appreciate something like that before. And then something else happened. Almost without noticing, I started buying him toys because I genuinely wanted to know which ones that he loved, and I started paying attention to what made him happy. I'd find myself laughing at things only he would do, and he started following me around the house until one day I realized I think I love this cat. And not because he was like Blade, because he isn't. They're completely different animals, and they have completely different personalities and completely different relationships. But I didn't love Marquavious because he reminded me of Blade. I loved him because he was Marquavious. And I think that's the part that surprised me the most. I thought Blade had taken my ability to love another animal away, and I really believed that. But it's not what happened. He showed me what loving an animal could look like, and Marquavious showed me that my heart still knew how to do that. And so if you asked me a few years ago whether I'd ever be a cat person, I would have said absolutely not. No. And now, I don't really think becoming a cat person was ever the point. I think the point was realizing that love doesn't divide itself. it expands. And I didn't stop loving Blade because I love Marquavious, and loving Marquavious doesn't take away from Blade. If anything, it's been able to remind me of what Blade gave me in the first place. He taught me I was capable of deeply loving another living thing, and that love found its way back to me, just wearing a different coat. I got to show him the love and care that I once showed Blade, and that I never thought I'd get the opportunity to show another animal. So I guess I'm a cat person now.